In today's video, I'm going to be going over the Nightfall mod menu for Red Dead Online. If you guys want to pick up this menu, head over to wickedgamers.com and use coupon code Luciano for 5% off. Alrighty guys, starting off with their self options here. You have your no clip option here. You can basically change the speed of that as well if you would like to do so. I did not mean to teleport under the ground, so we'll go back up onto the ground and we'll be good there. Wardrobe options here, basically this is where you can change your male or female outfits to basically create outfits of choice. For example, your modded outfits, this is basically how you create them. If you save them, they would be under saved outfits as well. Model changer here as well. If you want to change into any other model that the game does offer, you guys can basically do that here. Spinning sphere as well, it's basically all aesthetical. It looks cool. That's basically about it. Animations here, you can do a bunch of animations, whether you're sitting, you want to do emotions, poses, whatever you want to do. For example, there's one of your sitting ones. Let's see here, poses as well. There's a bunch of other ones here. You can change the XYZ positioning, pitch, and roll as well if you would like to do so. You do have your God mode here as well as to recuperate. You do have your infinite force cores as well as your never wanted. You do have your spawn at place of death. You do have your infinite stamina, dead eye, as well as your never cold. You do have your super jump option here as well as your invisible. You do have your no ragdoll, your suicide, as well as your scalp head to make yourself bigger or smaller. Clear character, auto clear character, everybody ignores you. Disable lassoing as well as your hog tying, which is pretty cool. You also have your disable meleeing as well. Lastly, moving on here, you do have your online options here. For example, if you're spectating this player, you do have your spectate, you do have your teleportation options here, teleport to or teleport to me. You do have your griefing options like your decreased stamina, force drunkiness. You do have your dragging all entities, hide everybody for the player, as well as hide player for everybody. You do have your freeze, cam shake, flash, loop wanted, bounty, ear rape, sound spam, as well as your create clone, explode, cage, and lastly cake for mission. Your horse options here, you do have your block horse, delete horse, throw off a horse, as well as your dismiss horse. Helpful options here, you do have your give chest. You can give them bottles, combs, money, and treasure. No ragdoll, as well as your infinite stamina. You have your crashing options here. You have your kick, which is the beta option, block incoming sinks, as well as a show social club profile, copy information, as well as this outfit. You can also enable or disable defense, parley with everybody, as well as parley with self. You can also increase or decrease this player's honor. You have your ESP options here as well, which is basically your wall hacks, your boxes, your health bars, skeletons. You can also ignore yourself. You can change your render distance. As you guys can see, all those boxes popping up, those are players in my game, which is pretty cool. You can, like I said, change that render distance to whatever you may prefer. Notifications here as well. If you want to ever join player, leave player, or IP spoof, you can turn any of these on or off. Spoofing options here, you can spoof your own rank, name, IP, blip, and coordinates. You do ever show all players on the minimap. You do ever off the radar for yourself. Passive mode, bypass profanity filter. You do ever force script host, as well as your Battle 2 main menu. You do have your session type if you want to change it to public or private, as well as solo. You guys can also do so down here. Vehicle options here, you have your spawner. You can spawn in any horse vehicle that you want. For example, your horses, draft horse, race horse. There's a bunch of them in there. Vehicles here as well, coaches, boats, trains, misc options. And then lastly, your settings here, you can spawn in the vehicle, spawn it with God mode, and you can also delete your last spawned vehicle. Train manager here as well. If you want to spawn in a train, you want to set the default train speed. You can delete all trains as well as rotate the train 180 degrees. Toggle wagon doors, change the railroad switch, reset all junctions, select your wagon, and then lastly detach selected. Lastly, moving on here, you do have a repair, a recuperate horse, you do have your upgrade horse, as well as a no ragdoll horse, fearless horse, instant horse delivery when you whistle, infinite force cores, god mode horse or vehicle, infinite horse stamina, horse is always clean. You have your fast horse option here, as well as your shoot flames, and your scale for your horse if you want to make your horse bigger or smaller. And then you do have your fast enter / exit horse / vehicle, which is pretty cool. Weapon options here, you have your aimbot here. Basically, you enable this, you set a key, for example, your right mouse button, and you hit enter. So basically, when you hold your right mouse button, when you have a gun out, your aimbot will basically lock onto peds or players or animals, whatever you really choose, it will basically lock onto. There's really nobody near me for this to work, but this does work, and it's fucking insane. I was testing it right before this video. But basically, like I said, aimbot will automatically aim onto these players. You can exclude different, people, change your FOV circle, distance, your smoothing. You do your airbrush will let you basically draw it in the air. You can't really see it. It looks better at night. But like I said, you can also change your intensity here, as well as your traces. Moving on here, you have your infinite ammo as well as your weapon always clear. You have your lightning gun as well in the distance if you want to have like a lightning effect. Your teleportation gun here, you basically shoot and you teleport forward. Your delete gun if you want to delete certain objects. You have your explosion gun as well in the distance. There you go. You have a rapid fire option here as well, which will let you shoot really quick. Slow motion aim, no spread, and then lastly, one shot, one kill, which will basically increase the damage of your bullets. Teleportation options here. You can teleport to your waypoint, auto teleport to waypoint, teleport to Madame Nazar, your Moonshine Shack, settlements, Mid-Eastern, St. Denis, Northeast, Northern, Northwest, Southwest, off land, and lastly, unfinished or out of bounds areas. World options here. Basically, you have your world editor here. Basically, change out your sky, clouds, and stars, as well as your lights look. I don't really mess with any of these, but you guys can basically, change these if you would like to do so. World lights as well if you want to enable like a little hue effect to the game. You can also change your weather here as well as your time to make it lighter or darker outside. You can also change your rain level. You can also enable snow, freeze the time, disable water, camera restrictions, VRAM warning messages. You do your anti-AFK, bypass restricted areas, show your blip for Madame Nazar, disable camera, shake, as well as your FOV editor if you want to change your FOV, and lastly, disable HUD if you want to get like a cool screenshot. You can basically disable your HUD, which makes it a lot easier. Protections here as well, which will basically protect you from other modders. Recovery options here. You have a Rockstar gift loop, which will basically give you a bunch of gold and money really quick, as you guys can see there. I've used this method so many times and I have never been banned with it. It is very safe to use, which is nice for all of you guys. You do ever give gold here as well as your give $13 loops. These are basically loops to give yourself gold, for example, if you only want gold or if you only want money. That's basically how this works. Honestly, if you guys want both, just turn this loop on, let it run, and you guys are chilling. You have your auto give all rewards as well as your horse bounding XP booster. I don't know why I'm lagging here all of a sudden, but I am a little weird. But like I said here, you never give $13, give all weapons as well as give all rewards, which is pretty cool. You do have a roll booster here as well if you want to, boost any of these. For example, your bounty hunter, naturalist, moonshiner, trader, or collector. You can basically do so. You can also give yourself individual items here. For example, coins, alcohol, heirlooms, rings, earrings, bracelets, necklaces, arrowheads, stuff like that. Daily challenges here as well, like your bounty hunter, naturalist, collector, moonshiner, trader, and daily goods. You have your collections here as well, like your bottles, combs, and money. Legendary animals here if you want to spawn these in dead. For example, your boar, your ram, bison, whatever it may be. You can spawn these in and you can skin them as they are already dead. And lastly, you do have your skip bounty hunter cooldown. Moving down to your settings, lastly, you do have your hotkeys here. If you have any hotkeys, they will show up here. You can save or load hotkeys as well as log the usage for these. Menu keys here as well. You can basically change how you function the menu. For example, how you navigate, I should say. For your open key, if you want to change your open key, how you go up or down, whatever it may be, you can basically do here. Translations here, you have your English, Chinese, Russian, Portuguese, and Turkish. Your interface here, you can basically move the positioning of your menu, change the menu size, UI, width, rounding, whatever it may be, you can do. And lastly, you either save or load settings. But that actually is going to be it for this showcase, guys. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.